Hey guys, a question that is asked a lot by beginners is what cubes and loops should I buy? What do I need to buy in order to get started? And how do I learn all these new algorithms? There's just so much to learn and put in my brain. What should I do? Well, in this video, I'll be telling you all of that. Sit back, relax, bring your popcorn and drinks, and let's get started. You guys have already probably learned how to solve a 3x3, but the dollar store cube might not be great. Now, I don't have a normal one, so please bear with me. But the way to tell if a cube is good or not is by turning it to see if it turns smoothly and if it can corner cut. Nope. Good speed cubes, on the other hand, will turn much more quicker and faster and will be able to corner cut almost anywhere. I guarantee you, transitioning from a non-speed cube to an actual speed cube will make your algorithms much faster and easier to learn. For which cube you should get, I would recommend the Moyu RS3M 2020. Now, this is not the 2020, this is the 2021, but the only difference between those two is that 2021 has maglev and 2023 doesn't. Why do you need different names? But yeah, if you buy either of them, they are really good. Now, people recommend setup versions of these cubes here, like the JPROM RS3M, which is really great. And please go check it out on speedcubeshop.com right here. It's not mandatory. You can get a normal one, which is only for $9 on Speedcube Shop. So check it out. The reason why people recommend setup versions of these is that you don't have to lube it, and also if you don't lube it, you will have just a really bad dusty cube. More on that in the lube section of this video. Now, generally, the more expensive cubes will be better. This is $40, and it is a pretty good cube after all. But this cube is very cheap and really good, so that is a crazy exception. After learning 3x3 here, you might want to invest in these puzzles on my table. 2x2 is just easier, 3x3, 4x4 needs 3 more algorithms and you solve it a lot like a 3x3, and then Pyraminx is just really easy. Another question that cubers have is that, oh, I average under a minute or under 40 seconds or under 30 seconds or under 20 seconds. Should you be buying in a cube every time? Well, the answer is not a simple yes or no, but it's kind of like this. If money doesn't matter to you, go for any cube that is really good, as you will just adapt to the turning, which is a good thing because there are no such thing as the best cubes. You might say the worst cubes you will have to turn more accurately, and with all this modern technology like magnets, the turn speed, and the corner cutting will make you develop worse habits. Well, that's not the thing. If you start with a great cube, you will make some of the harder finger tricks easier just because it's a great cube. But if you do start out on a worse cube like this one, you'll probably be doing stuff like this. But if price does matter to you, it's worth it to start out cheaper. Preferably the Moyu RS3Ms, but because when you're not fast enough, you'll probably not notice the difference. Now, why not just get an amazing cube from the start? Well, until you're actually good and you can actually take advantage of an amazing cube, there will just probably be another one already released. So, once you have a good cube, you will want to start timing your solve. Now, there are a lot of timers out there, but I use CS Timer. So, the way this works is that you press the spacebar. If you have inspection time on, this comes up. Then you press spacebar once again, and then the timer has started. Now, I'm just going to stop it for now. And here, it can give you scrambles, how the scramble is supposed to look. It keeps your averages recorded, and you can also switch to a different session like 4x4 if you want. It shows all of your times. It keeps your times recorded. Unless if you press this button, it'll delete everything. It just helps keep your stuff organized. And you can also change the look of the timer as well, so like stuff like this. And you can also change the colors as well. This is a great timer overall. So I'm still using a laptop, but you might see that I'm putting my hands on something and then start solving the cube. Well, that is a stack mat timer, and it is used in official WCA competitions to record your times. Although it is very expensive for what it does, it is still a great investment if you are competition serious. Then, after I get the time, I type it into the computer. Now, the way these work is that you put your hands on the timer, wait for the green light, go, solve the cube, and then stop the timer like this. And this is a really different habit from starting with a spacebar like this and starting with a stack mat timer like this. So if you are competition serious, it is worth getting used to this. I would also recommend getting a mat from Speedcube Shop. They have some really good original designs, and this just prevents damage to the cube after you drop it on the table. But if you are not competition serious, this and the mat is unnecessary. Alright, now it's time for lubricant or lube. Now, lube's primary reason is to speed up the cube, and there are a lot of lubes. These are just some that I have bought from Speedcube Shop. This is Lunar and this is Stardust, my favorite lubes. This just helps really well with these cubes here. Now, I use Stardust in 4x4 and 5x5, and I use Lunar in 3x3 and 2x2. I will explain why in another video. And I don't really use Solar that much. Solar helps slowing down the cube, but I don't really like slow cubes. And then this is weight 1. It all goes all the way up to weight 6. And the bigger the number gets, the slower the lube makes the cube. I am such a good rhyming artist. But weight 1 makes the cube faster, and weight 6 makes the cube slower, if you didn't get what I mean. So these are all the main things you probably want to get. Don't worry about these stands. But these are probably all the main things you guys want to get, except for this and the cube mat, if you're not competition serious. After learning the beginner method, you guys might want to start advancing and using a better method. I use CFOP, but there are more methods out there like RU, and I have a whole video comparing these methods here. Now, if you guys are wondering where my CFOP videos are, don't worry, they're just private for a while. I'll be making them public soon. But a basic idea for CFOP is that you make a cross on the bottom and not on top like beginner method, which is why I recommend using CFOP, because it is just easier to transition from beginner method to CFOP. Now, you make the cross on the bottom, and which can be done really quickly like that. And unlike beginner method where you insert a corner and then an edge, you have to do a few extra moves and then insert it in a way that the edge and corner piece go in together. And you just repeat for the whole other sides as well. Then you do one algorithm to solve the top color, which will be the same. And then you do one more algorithm that solves the cube. And there are segmented versions of these. So, for example, beginner F2L. Now, beginner F2L is where both of the edge and corners should be on the top, and then you can insert them. Now, advanced F2L is where you pair them in a specific way so that they can be inserted afterwards. And there are even more tricks such as optimized F2L, which avoid cube rotations. Now, after learning the advanced algorithms for 3x3, and don't worry about 4x4 and the other puzzles yet, maybe 2x2, but you might want to consider going to a competition. Now, there are two versions of competitions, online and offline. So if you're going to an offline competition where it's in person, don't be afraid. This is not your final exam or test for school. It is just where people meet more friends and just come there for a hobby and just to have fun. Because cubing, let's be honest, it's not really a career unless if you're really, 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 really great, like in your top 3 world class cubers or something. But still, it is just a place where to have fun and just be happy with what you get, because no one is gonna care on, oh, this guy did so bad, whatever, because they're so stressed that they're probably gonna care more about their own solves than just saying, "Oh, you did so bad," or "Oh, he did so good." Well, no, that ain't happening. And for online competitions, well, you just need your phone or a laptop and a timer and your cubes, and read the rules on how the judges are going to see the solves, please. Now, this part is not necessary, but you might want to learn one-handed or blindfolded, as it's just really cool to show people that, oh, I can solve a cube without seeing it, or I can solve a cube with one hand. And if you want to compete with one-handed or blindfolded, it is totally fine because the competition is yours. It's up to you. Also, they are just really fun. But that's all for today. I hope you guys enjoyed, and thank you so much for watching, and please watch some of my other videos on my channel. Thank you very much, and see you later.